Hi, everybody. This is Beth McCullough. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa in the United States. And it's Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yay! Happy Thanksgiving.
For
those of us in the United States.
Yes, yes. And it's just a normal Tuesday for the rest of the world. But I am joined every Tuesday with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
And he got wrangled into this. How long ago, Steve? Do you remember?
It's been a while now.
Yeah.
But I've come to enjoy it.
He's come to enjoy it. He started out, I was trying to keep him quiet from banging things, and he was reading comments, and then he made friends. So
yeah, I started out just saying hi to everybody and trying to provide some color commentary, and now I kind of enjoy hanging out with Beth on these videos. So.
And all of you.
Yes.
So for Thanksgiving, we are hosting, and we make the ham and the turkey. We actually love the ham.
Yeah, the ham's the favorite. Let's just face it.
We make the turkey because it's Thanksgiving, but we eat the ham.
It's like you're obligated to make turkey, so you do it. But we did get a smoked turkey this year, so I'm interested to see if that'll be good.
It should be good. Are you in charge of making that?
I guess so.
That would be good.
I'm just going to read the instructions.
So I like to make pie. I think I told you I made apple pie for Ryan's birthday. Well, for Thanksgiving, I usually make apple pie, pumpkin. Well, sometimes people bring pumpkin pie. I make pecan pie for my father, which he appreciates, and coconut cream.
But to be clear, for me, pie is all about the crust. It's got to have a flaky crust.
Do you like my crust?
I do, but your secret weapon is something that I shouldn't be eating, but it's Thanksgiving. It's a holiday.
Okay, so I use the lard. I learned how to make pies with Crisco, and then I learned how bad Crisco is for you. So for some reason, I think lard is better for you, but maybe not.
But it makes for a good crust.
But anyway, would you write in the comments? I'm glad you're here, by the way. And would you write in the comments if you're hosting or if you're going someplace for Thanksgiving? And if you're going someplace, what you take, or what your favorite dish is, or what your favorite pie is. I'm just curious. So
it'll make
tell us all the things.
It'll make it a festive activity. And for our good friends who are not in the United States, who might not be celebrating Thanksgiving, tell us what your favorite holiday dishes are.
Yes, yes. Corn casserole is a favorite in our house. And it is literally pour the cans of corn and cream corn and Jiffy corn muffin mix. Again, it's not good for you.
A ton of butter and sour cream and
eggs. Yeah, it's good. But
it's good tasting for you anyway.
So, well, people are getting on. Should we talk about the joining special?
Actually, let's remind everybody about Prize Patrol.
Okay. What about Prize Patrol?
So about Prize Patrol, what you need to do if you'd like to win the prizes we'll give away at the end of the video, you need to type #Prize Patrol into the comments. And
stick around till the end. I think you're going to like the prizes today.
So this is all about only for the folks that are in the United States. And also it's only for those folks like you who are watching live.
Yeah.
If you're watching a replay, unfortunately, can't do Prize Patrol.
And you need to watch till the end.
All the more reason to be here at 7 p.m. Central.
On Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays.
Yeah. And thank you for being here. We weren't sure if we were going to do it or not. We were actually out of town in North Carolina for a conference early Wednesday morning till late Saturday night. And now we're hosting Thanksgiving. So we have food to cook. We had some food to buy, a house to clean, and a bunch of stamping. I have blog projects due almost every day this week. So I'm a little behind. So I wasn't sure we were going to do anything tonight because there wasn't time. And I missed my Joy Team meeting, which doesn't happen too often. But hopefully the Joy Team is on here tonight.
So Winnie makes caramel apple pie.
Yay.
Caramel apple pie. Here's the issue.
You may have to give me the recipe, Winnie.
I'm going to get hungry reading all the comments. So Pam Simmons She takes mac and cheese and cheesecake.
Oh, yum. Do you make the cheesecake, Pam?
And Bev says she makes the same 5-ingredient corn casserole that you do.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Everybody likes it.
So, Bev, is someone or your boys coming to your house in Florida, or do you celebrate with friends? What do you do down in Florida? Because her family's here.
Yeah.
So
Courtney takes deviled eggs and eclair cake.
I love deviled eggs. I have trouble making them. My dear friend Janine always makes them for us. But I recently found out, because I use farm fresh eggs, I buy them from my friend Christy, and I love farm fresh eggs. I just think they're better for you, and they taste better, don't they, honey? But they're hard to get the shells off of to make deviled eggs. Well, I found a use for my Instant Pot.
Instapot?
My Instant Pot that sits there
364 days out of the year.
By itself doing nothing. If you do your eggs in an Instapot, then the shells come off and you can do deviled eggs. That's a free tip I hadn't thought of for tonight.
Yeah, well, there you
but
go.
I do love deviled eggs.
Adding value. You're
should
adding
we
value
have
to the
deviled
video.
eggs? We have a very small Thanksgiving. Normally it's huge, and this year it's 10 people. And so we were only going to do a few things, and people were bringing a few things. But then, like, I need guacamole, and we like strawberry pretzel salad. And
so
how can we live without sweet potatoes?
We have very few people coming to our gathering, and things keep getting added to the menu, and I don't know who's going to eat all this.
I know. So we probably shouldn't. Are we going to get started here?
Let's get started.
Or should I do the joining special?
Yeah, let's talk about what's on
real
sale.
Quick before we get started. The seasonal sale's over. Joining special is still on. I've recently had 2 people this month join, Chris and Jamie. I am so excited that you're with us, and it's a lot of fun on Joy Team. I really wish we could have more of you join us. $75. You pick out 125. Free shipping. It's a great deal. So
isn't that like the best deal ever?
It's the cheapest I remember. It's usually $99 and you choose 125. Right now it's $75. So it is a great deal. And Stamping Joy Team members, we have a Christmas party and they typically get Steve's fudge. So it's a bonus.
Yep.
You have to join just for that reason.
Yep. And if they need a catalog to pick things out of,
we have catalogs. We send them free. If you don't have a demonstrator, just ask me and I will send them to you.
And just ask by emailing.
Yeah, that would be great. Beth@stampingmom.com. I also give a free gift for every purchase of $50 or more. And you can pick out what you want for that. The $21 tutorials have been very popular, both winning them on Tuesday nights and getting them with an order. So that's been a hot ticket. The celebration, a lot of people have a lot of the celebration items and they're really enjoying that. The tutorial bundle is huge, so you can make things for weeks. So it's awesome. Actually, our gift packaging tutorial that just went up is awesome too. Well, let's get started.
Let's make something.
Okay. I don't know what the name of this is. Barb Kingsley, we meet almost weekly with Joy Team. And she showed us this a couple weeks ago, and I just loved it. Here's my template for it, and I will go over that more later. But isn't this cute? It folds together like this. So it fits in an envelope with a little extra room, like a normal card. But it's got all these layers, and you can decorate it however you want. And I just thought this one was fun. I'm going to show you what I used to make this one, and then we're going to make a different one tonight. Okay. So this is Real Red and Garden Green and Basic White cardstock. This paper is super cute, but I used so much of it that I didn't have enough to make this cardigan for you. It's called the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper, and it is beautiful. And that is what all this designer series paper is from. The Joy right here is from Whimsical Trees, one of my favorite stamp sets out of the Fall Mini catalog. I use this Joy right here. And I like Joy for many reasons. It's also why we're called Joy Team. I just think God can give us joy in the midst of any circumstance. And I strive for that, to have joy no matter what's going on. And only can do that through the strength God gives me. So I love joy. That is what that is stamped with in real red. And then these cute little, are you wondering what those are from? That is the Ornate Frames. This is one of the die sets I recommended you get that was on sale last week. These two little layering dies right here. And then I popped up the joy layer. Then on to the second section, Happy Holidays. Who can tell me where Happy Holidays came from? I made this a couple weeks ago and I can't find it. It's current.
Wait, I thought you were doing it like a quiz.
I'm doing it like a quiz because
you need help.
It's on my blog post tomorrow, this card, and I don't know where I got the Happy Holidays. Should there be a prize for that?
You know, one of your expert people is going to be able to tell
Who
you
knows?
this.
It's current. Pretty sure it's current, but I can't find it. Happy Holidays came from somewhere. Okay, the trees. These trees are easy but fun. It came from this evergreen border punch. So I just punched out the trees and cut off the ends. And then I popped it up on Stampin' Dimensionals and added it right there. Isn't that fun, to that sentiment layer? Then I added another. These are all the Painted Christmas. This background, another one of my favorite dies that I recommend you get during the die, is the Hippo and Friends. These are the ones that don't go with the hippos. But I use this die underneath the Christmas tree. This is from the annual catalog, the Perfectly Plaid. I stamped this Christmas tree in garden green on basic white. And then I used these cute red rhinestone basic jewels to put on the Christmas tree. And the Christmas tree layer is also popped up. Okay, then this is just a piece of the Painted Christmas again. So that's all there is to it. I just think it's different and it's cute. Do you guys like it? I hope you like it. Okay, I'm going to get all this stuff out of the way that I used to make that card, and I will show you the one I have for tonight. So this is for all of the animal lovers.
Who doesn't love animals?
Everyone loves animals. I used the paper from the Sweet Stockings DSP. And that is what we're going to make this. Look, there's an errant dimensional here. They're everywhere. Okay. So I got out my template that I just threw to the side here somewhere.
You just had it.
I know, I just had it. Oh, it's hiding. Here it is. Yay. Template. Okay, so it's a normal card size, 4 1/4 by 11. Now you're going to score at 2 3/4, 5, 6, 8, and 9.
It's a lot of scoring.
Should I hold this up?
The high scoring card.
Can you see that? 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 2 3/4, 5, 6, 8, and 9.
And even better, it's on the bottom of the screen right now.
Oh, so you're saying I didn't have to hold it up?
No, I just saying.
Okay, so on my red card layer, and you don't even have to do them the same. On here, I put joy because it was just red berries, so I wasn't going to cover it very much up. But on here, I was going to put joy on this one. But look at this doggy. How can you care? I don't know. I couldn't cover up the doggy or the kitty. I don't really like mice, but that would have looked funny all the way over there on the side. So you need layers. Just pick out the colors. My base is Cherry Cobbler. And then layer number 1 is my Pool Party. So that measures 2 1/2 by 4. And then I layered it. I just put adhesive on and went directly with this DSP. And then I put a bunch of dimensionals because I just thought it would look too flat if we had just the DSP and nothing popped up on the front.
So wait, more is better? Because usually I get coached that more is not always better.
When you go to the grocery store and I ask you to get 2 of something and you come home with 22 of something.
What if they were on sale?
It's not always better, honey.
Okay.
So, so I told Stephen I took a trip this week. He had his first conference back in real life this week. It was in the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area, Cary, North Carolina.
Yep.
And when we got there, it was a beautiful resort, and it looked like a Hallmark movie. So in North Carolina, the leaves are turning and they're still in the trees. In Iowa, all the leaves pretty much are down and it's winter. But in North Carolina, it's still fall. So we got there and it was 68 degrees and it looked like a Hallmark movie. Like they were raining the leaves down as we were walking into the resort.
Beautiful leaves too. They're orange and yellow and red.
Have you ever seen them like raining leaves? Like in Iowa, it's like blowing like a massive windstorm, pulling the leaves off the trees. These were just dropping gently down all around us. And it was cool. So
it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So we stayed an extra day. And our design was to go hiking. There was a state park right by our hotel.
Do you remember what it was called?
Umstead State Park. And so in Cary, North Carolina.
Can I stop you?
Sure.
My card making always gets in the way of your storytelling.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Just butt right in there.
Okay. So I popped this first layer up. The second layer is basic white cardstock, 2 inches by 4 inches. And for this, I just use the Peace and Joy from Peace, Joy, and Kisses. Don't forget the kisses from the little, sweet little stockings. And I stamped that in Old Olive. And then the mistletoe is right here. The berries are cherry cobbler and the leaves are Old Olive. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere that in. And one more thing before you start again, dear. These 2 layers here, the layers are 3/4 of an inch by 4 inch. And I just decided to do the Christmas lights out of the same paper. Okay.
So do you have a measurement on those?
3/4 by 4, 2 of them.
There it is. I got it.
Okay.
I found it.
So I'm doing the 2 by 4 layer and 2 layers of 3/4 by 4.
Okay.
Okay. So
So
we're in Cary, North Carolina.
And we decided to go hiking. And Courtney used to live in Raleigh.
Really?
So let's ask her if she knows about Taza Kitchen.
Taza Kitchen. Oh,
Taza,
it was so good.
It was so good. It's the combination of tacos and pizza because they have wood-fired pizza, especially tacos. Apps were to die for.
We had melted goat cheese with marinara sauce and toasted sourdough bread.
Oh,
and
man.
Steve and I were like,
we went back at the second night just so that we could enjoy this restaurant. So Courtney, if you know about that one, put something in the chat. Well, so then we needed to burn that off. So the next day we went for a hike in the state park. And we decided that I decided, since Beth had walked like 7 miles the day before.
Well, he was in his, can I tell that?
Yeah, sure.
When he was in his conference the day before, I don't like to walk in the woods by myself just because I'm a chicken, because there might be a bad guy there, right?
Or a bear.
Or a bear. Or a moose. Maybe not North Carolina. Scary things in the woods. I don't want to be alone, or I want a big dog with me, right? So anyway, at this hotel, they had a 1/3 of a mile track around a lake right next to the hotel. So it was like totally safe, but totally in the woods too. It was really cool. So my friend Linda Lace happened to call. She is a dear friend and Joy team member.
And on the video tonight.
And Linda Lace talked to me for an hour and 45 minutes. And I walked around 7 miles.
So she tells me this. And I'm like, wait a second. I didn't really do anything today. So, you know, I feel really guilty about that. So the next day when we were in the woods, we're going to take a hike. So we got to find a hike where I can do 7 miles. Because then I'll feel like I've matched you.
He's not competitive at all.
But we could only find a trail that was supposed to be a loop that was 5.8 miles.
And he was super disappointed.
Because I'm like, I'm not going to get all the way up to 7. She's going to beat me again.
In all fairness, mine was like flat, like asphalt, easy.
Yeah.
And this was a moderate hike. There were tree stumps to trip over and roots and rocks.
And they were all covered by leaves, so you couldn't really see them.
Hills.
So
it was not.
It was an adventure, but it was absolutely gorgeous. It was on a stream, and they had an old mill where you could sit by the mill dam. And so it was gorgeous, except about 3/4 of the way through, about the time I was thinking, this has been fun, but I'd really like to be done now.
Well, and I was impressed. I'm like, were you a Boy Scout? Because I knew he wasn't, but the kids tried to be. But there were red squares every 1/4 of a mile. And every time I looked up and saw the square, I'm like, he really does know what he's doing.
I mean, followed the red square.
I was shocked.
I wasn't, there's no miracle to it. Except at one point, there's so many leaves that come down, and there weren't any red squares. And there's a really sharp turn in the trail, but it was flat. So we didn't see the turn. So we just kept right on going straight and found ourselves in no man's land and no tree markers, nothing. And and
this is a huge, how many acres? Hundreds of acres.
All right. The bottom line is we got lost, is what I'm saying. We got lost in the park.
So I'm sitting there going, Iowa couple, like this will be on the news Saturday when we don't return home at noon, and our son was going to pick us up at the airport. Iowa couple lost in North Carolina woods, search party,
helicopters.
And I'm like, Steve gets us into these adventures. Like when I do that, I walked on the 1/3 of a mile path happily at the hotel.
So anyway, there's another couple that saw us tromping through the woods trying to get back to the street, because I had Googled it, and it came up, the Google map came up, and actually you could see where we were, and we needed to go roughly back toward where the stream was. And I thought I knew where that was. So we went cross country in front of this other couple that was
like, hello down there. Are you lost? You're not on the trail.
Do you need help? And I said,
like, he's like, no, we're fine. I'm like, yes, we need help.
in many ways, but particularly today, because we don't know where we're at. So, at that point, they showed us, if you backtrack and go to here, you'll see where that big bend was, and you'll be able to get back on the trail, because we were just going the opposite way around the loop. And that's
we
where
did
you
it counterclockwise.
And so we thanked them, and, it was great. We got back on the trail. We finished the trail. But as we were finishing the trail, I said, Beth, what were they doing there?
Well, it's funny because a girl came where we were isn't where we came from. Like when they found us. And so a girl came and made the corner and went off in the other direction. And I said, that's where we came from. But we were lost when they found us. So we had no credibility. And they didn't believe us.
We're not going to take directions from
you. And we're like, no, really, that's where we came from.
That's really where you need to go. But they said, thank you very much. We're good.
So they kept going in the lost direction. Yeah.
So they got us back on track. But, they still may be out there for all we know.
I haven't heard about it on the news. Have you?
Well, we left the next day, so we wouldn't have heard about it on the news.
Okay.
But so that's our hiking story in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Don't you wish you could go on adventures with Steve? I'm just, I guess we've survived all of them so far.
And we've got good stories to tell.
There will be a Tuesday night where we're not here, and you're like, I wonder where they are.
Or we'll just start the Facebook Live from the middle of nowhere and ask if anybody
could come help us. Yeah. Our cell phones would be dead. We couldn't do that. But okay, we need to take a break here and get back to cards. This is a pool party piece, again, from the wonderful hippo dies that I hope you bought last week if you didn't have them. And I put that on just to hang the stocking on.
Is that the final layer?
No, we're not to the final layer.
Okay, sorry.
We are on the layer that I didn't put a measurement for.
The mystery layer.
It's a mystery layer because I didn't put a formal layer. That would be another 1 3/4 by 4. It would be the same as the final layer if you're going to put a normal layer on there. I just put the hippo and friends for my layer. And then I did the stocking and the little puppy dog from this set. And I colored the puppy dog. Isn't he cute? I wanted to color in black and white because that's what mine are, but it's hard to color a dog with a black face. I used light and dark crumb cake on the puppy dog. And then in the stocking, I used light and dark old olive and light and dark cherry cobbler. So I'm going to color for a bit.
Does that mean I need to come up with another story?
Do you have any more stories?
Oh, I always have stories.
Do you?
Yes.
What story do you have? I should put my glasses on.
So I wrote another song. And another song came to me after I woke up in the morning.
Some of them might not know you have a first song.
I have a first song too.
It's on YouTube.
Both of them basically came to me in dreams, and I feel like the Lord placed them on my heart, and I took some time to try and write it out, and had some help from a wonderful pianist that came over and helped me arrange it. And today, for one of our pastors at church, I took my son, Ryan, 26 years old, who's had lots of formal singing training, and we went and sang it for our pastor, who wants us to sing it at the 8 o'clock service at church. And sometime after Christmas.
When is that?
Sometime after Christmas. And of course, Beth will probably film it and maybe put it on YouTube so folks can see it. But that was really exciting. And what was even more exciting is that the pastor is also a doctorate of organ. Yeah. So needless to say,
our church is blessed.
I told Ryan, I said, even if he doesn't want to actually do this song, at the church service, I don't care, because I just get to hear him play it on the piano, and it's going to be amazing. And it really was amazing. He's spectacular.
So is he going to play it on the organ or on the piano?
He'll play it. Pastor Richard will play it on the organ in our chapel service at 8 a.m., which will be broadcast live, and we can tell you how to get
Do
there
they broadcast the 8 a.m. service?
Yeah, they do.
But it's not till January, so it's weeks away.
But
now, I have a question you may not have thought of.
Yes.
Is it weeks away because they have everything planned for the next several weeks?
Yes.
Or is it weeks away
to give us time to practice it?
To practice.
Yeah, both. But actually, this time of year, they have so many people performing for Christmas that they don't need anybody to volunteer. So after Christmas is when they can get it slotted in, and that's good because it'll give us time to practice too.
So will they let you play your first song? Because honestly, your first song is my favorite.
Well, you got to wait and hear the second song performed, and then you'll be able to compare the two. They're just different. This is kind of like an Irish jig. It's very upbeat and fast and fun, and so we'll let the group decide. We'll give them the links to both YouTubes, and they can tell us what they think.
So what did you get for hosting and dinners and pies? What comments did you get?
I've got comments.
Let's hear them.
So let's see. So you want more food?
I am kind of hungry.
Okay, let me go back up. It'll take just a second here.
Or is there any other comments? Does anyone have any comments or questions? Like we are doing this under the guise of making a card here, yeah. Right?
The frosted gingerbread stamp set has Happy Holidays, according to Beth.
Okay. Is it the same one, though? Because I don't own that one, Beth.
And Jean said it could be from Words of Cheer.
Words of Cheer. Remind me what that is. Oh, Words of Cheer. I think that came back from Marceline this week, or today.
Oh, see, now she's off. But I think she's excited because she thinks she might find it.
Is it the same Happy Holidays? It does have Happy Holidays, but it is not the right one.
But could you use it?
I could. But honestly, I was trying to make the order list for this card. Actually, both these cards now will be on my blog tomorrow. And what do I put on there when people say, where did you get that? I'll say, just put whatever sentiment you want.
There you go. Yeah, because it's sentiment optional.
Sentiment optional. Okay. So I have this colored, coloring stocking stripes is like right at my basic level of coloring. I can color in the big stripe. And I like it.
Here's a question for Bridget, because she's in Monroe, North Carolina. So I wonder where Monroe, North Carolina is.
Are you offended we didn't come visit you, Bridget?
But, it's a big state, so I'm not sure exactly where that's at relative to.
Okay. We were in different places.
And Joyce is also from North Carolina.
Really?
So we'll have to see. Please post in the chat and tell us where that is relative to where we were in Raleigh, Durham.
Yeah, we were in the suburb Cary. Okay, so the little puppy dog, I put him up on Stampin' Dimensionals. And then I'm going to get to the final layer here. We are almost done. Do you think we should make some pie crust tonight, honey?
Yeah.
Or should I start cleaning? What should I do first?
I'm thinking maybe just the finale of putting all the stamping stuff away so we can use the big table would be a good
Putting the stamping stuff away. Well, to be clear, I got the table cleared off. I have a great big table for 12 people. It was full of stamping stuff. I got it cleared off. But what Steve didn't know is sometimes when it gets full, I tuck a little bit on the chairs on the side where we're not using it. So I do need to.
It's the chairs.
Yeah. Do you tuck things away on the chairs and have the chairs tucked in under the table? Or is that just me? Okay, so this paper on this dimensional is like totally stuck. Does not want to. I don't normally have trouble with that. It is totally stuck, Steve.
So neither Joyce or Bridget was anywhere close to us when we were in Raleigh-Durham.
Oh, well, that makes me feel better because we like it when people visit us, and we would like to visit people who would like us to visit. But you know something? We're just going to rip this dimensional off and throw it away. Have you ever had a faulty dimensional? I don't know, but I think that one was. Okay.
I think it's the dimensional's fault.
You think so?
Yeah.
So I'm putting the puppy dog up here so that I can have him popped up. Isn't he cute? I love my puppy dogs. In fact, my puppy dog is asleep at my feet right now. And then for the last layer, I just used another DSP. I put the final layer on there. So these two both would be the size of the final layer, which is 1 3/4 by 4.
Okay, Chris Robinson is talking about chocolate pecan pie.
Oh, I've never made chocolate pecan pie.
Well, I'd like to hear
Is
more
it
about
chocolate pudding with pie with pecans in it, or what is it, Chris?
Well, I'm sure other people in the chat have also had it before. I've heard of it before.
I have never had it. I always make my dad pecan pie, though.
And it is my favorite, but it's also the most calorie dense of any pie you could ever possibly want.
Okay. Can you see them? I would like to know what your favorite is. Joy, the top one, is number 1, and the puppies is number 2. And then here's that template. I'll take a picture of that too and put it on my blog post tomorrow. Do you like number 1 or number 2? And then we have prizes.
We do have prizes. Are we ready for prizes?
Who's stuck around for prizes?
I think almost everybody's here.
Yay.
So Chris is saying just add chocolate chips and they melt and it becomes an even more decadent pie. So we're getting lots of votes. But we're getting votes both ways, as is always usually the case.
Yeah. So remember, these cards go together. So they go like this, and then you open it up. Do you guys like this fold? I probably asked you that before. Oh, look at this one. I never even scored it. I was so busy putting my layers on here.
Are we ready to do Prize Patrol?
We are ready to
do it.
Okay, so here's the way the puppy card looks. It is kind of plain. Do you think it's too plain on the front?
No.
But then you open it up to a surprise, so maybe that's okay.
On the inside.
Okay, so that's our 2 cards.
Okay, so I've got the banners running for Prize Patrol. What are they going to win?
Okay, so the first thing you're going to win, now you're going to laugh about this, I think, but in the new mini catalog that comes out in January, it's full of hexagons. And we've had hexagons before, and I thought about this, and don't ask me how I ended up with this, but this is the hexagon die, and it's different than the new one that's coming out, but it's still a hexagon die you could use with the new hexagons. So I have one that's unopened, never used, of this same, it's called Hexagon Dynamic Textured Impression Embossing Folder. So it is retired, but it would be usable with this new set that's coming out. So I think you want it if you don't have a hexagon folder. So this is prize number 1. And here is prize number 2. It is a stamp set by the Bay. Really pretty if you like to color. These ducks in the water or seagulls are awesome.
Yeah, they're seagulls, honey. Otherwise known as ducks.
Seagulls, otherwise known as ducks. Sorry, honey. But it's a brand new stamp set. It was Celebration from the past. If you win and you don't want either of these things, you can choose a tutorial bundle from my blog. If you look on stampingmom.com, the top row, it says shop now, join for a discount, something like that. Over to the right of that top row, it says tutorials. And if you look in there, I have loads of them, and you can choose that instead if you don't like what you win. Okay.
So we're ready?
So let's do this. Number 1
let me screen share real quick.
Is for the hexagon dynamic texture embossing folder. And
here we go.
You can get a tutorial if you don't want this. But why wouldn't you want it if you don't have it?
Lots of people's names coming up.
The gang is all here. Pam Simmons. Okay, so Steve, I don't think this is how they get their prize thing is working.
Okay. So the folks should email you then at beth@stampingmom.com.
So Pam, tell me your address if you would like the hexagon embossing folder, or tell me your email if you'd rather have a tutorial bundle, and tell me which one you want. But congratulations, Pam.
Yep.
And thank you for watching. We have one more drawing. Another thing is, if you guys would be willing to share this video, that would be awesome. I would like more people to see it. And the more you share it, it would really help us out. So
lots of people have shared already. Even
thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we're ready for the second drawing.
So this is for By the Bay stamp set or a tutorial if you would rather. Winnie Curtis.
Winnie Curtis.
Congratulations.
Did Winnie win last week too?
I think she did. I don't know why that is. People tend to win. We have nothing to do with this. It is
completely random.
So
it's just ironic.
Like Chris Robinson won 2 weeks in a row. The good news is if you finally win, you win twice in a row.
Apparently.
But Winnie, let me know if you want this stamp set or if you want a tutorial bundle. Same for you, Pam. You guys are awesome. I'll go back through the comments, and those of you in the United States, I hope you have a blessed Thanksgiving. I hope you're celebrating with family or friends, and I hope you'll come back next Tuesday. We enjoy seeing you. And do you have anything else, hon?
Just to tell everybody the very same thing. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing the video, for giving Beth support. It means the world to her and to me too.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Have a blessed week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.